understanding Libra men. To begin with, we can say that Libra men have an aura that women simply love. Is this a coincidence? Probably not, and it might have to do with the fact that the ruler of this sign, just like Taurus, is Venus. Venus is the planet of femininity and pleasures, so it is no surprise that men of this sign stand out for integrating their more feminine side into their personality. The Libra man is the typical one who is somewhat indecisive, but he will always strive for things in life to have a certain harmony. This is one of the main characteristics of this sign. It detests uneven or unfair things. For Libra, everything must be fair, balanced, harmonious. This is why he does not feel comfortable with conflicts, making living with this sign one of the most peaceful experiences. But not everything is rosy, Libra. This sign also stands out for its eternal indecision and its incapacity, in certain situations, to firmly state what his perspective about things is. Whether it is because he is always well-dressed and charming, or because his decisions are always harmonious, we truly love Libra men. Let's dive into their world to really get to know them. Traits of Libra men. To begin, let's see which characteristics stand out the most strongly in their personality. Those traits that almost no Libra man could escape. Aesthetically beautiful. Although this is something subjective, generally Libra men value aesthetics a lot. They do not feel the same about looking good or looking messy, and they will always prefer to look handsome and presentable. Indecisive. And yes, this is what I meant when I said not everything is rosy. Libra is an air sign, therefore very mental, and has a passion for balancing things. So much so that sometimes it is almost impossible for him to make a decision, simply because he finds a different positive quality in each option. Diplomatic. Another of their most positive traits is that they are very diplomatic. What does this mean? In a possible conflict situation, which, by the way, they try to avoid at all costs with all their strength, they will bring out their best side to resolve things without arguments and in the cleanest way possible. Condescending. Their complacent nature sometimes makes them say things they do not really feel or believe, just for the sake of being liked. This is not very pleasant, and we all know that lies have short legs, so the truth always comes out sooner or later. Likes and dislikes of Libra men. But if they are the sign ruled by the planet of pleasure, Venus, what is it that really gives pleasure to these natives? In the next section, we will discover not only that, but also which things irritate them. Libra men love aesthetically beautiful things. Everything related to art, music, painting, sculpture, kind people, being kind to others, quick and clean solutions. When they do not have to make too many decisions, Libra men hate situations of violence, aggressive people, dark scenarios where people's shadow sides are revealed, dirty or disorganized spaces, life or death decisions. Having to be too dynamic in their actions, they prefer a calmer rhythm. Strengths of Libra men. The power of conciliation. Because they value harmony and balance among all parties so much, they are especially good at making people listen to each other. This is very useful to avoid arguments or even serious fights. They have the ability to find the pros and cons of each situation. As we have seen earlier, balance comes easily to Libra. This can be very useful in situations where those parameters are really needed. Now, for making the final decision, do not count on him. They are very good at giving advice. Libra is that typical friend you know you can turn to when you want honest advice. But at the same time, something that highlights the positive aspects of the situation with a constructive perspective. Weaknesses of Libra men. Sometimes, when their indecisiveness weighs more than all their other traits, Libra prefers not to take action. This inaction is one of their greatest weaknesses, because by waiting for things to always be perfect, spoiler, they never are. They stay in their comfort zone and do not move toward their desires, not responding to aggression. For Libra, it is almost impossible to stand up to someone who wants to attack them. This can be something positive if we highlight their peaceful nature, but when things get intense in real life, it is good to have at least a little reaction. Their dark side and secrets. Now let's go into an area that few people know about Libra men. Sometimes it is falsely believed that Libra is pure light, but nothing could be further from the truth. One of their dark sides, which they hardly show to anyone, is related to the frustration they feel for not being able to follow their own desires. Libra is a sign that, in general, speaks to us about our perception of the other. That means they will always prioritize what the other person is feeling, without taking time to listen to their own desire, making this one of their biggest weaknesses at times, and connecting them with dark emotions. Another of their most hidden sides is the way in which, sometimes, they become overly critical, even though they hide it very well. In this perception of reality, they consider themselves too perfect, and sometimes it is difficult for them to understand that other beings can also be perfect, even if not in the socially accepted way. How they handle different areas of life. Family. In the family, they are usually the ones who get along with everyone and generate an overall atmosphere of peace. Everyone knows that a gathering where a Libra has been invited will be very peaceful. Work. At work, they do very well, having ideas that most of the time turn into something big and lasting. Personal goals. They are very committed to their own projects and know very well how to identify the pros and cons of certain situations. They lack a little willpower when it comes to making key decisions. Challenges Libra men face in life. Although Libra men carry a natural charm and the gift of diplomacy, life presents them with unique challenges. One of the greatest is learning how to balance their desire to please others with the need to honor their own truth. They often find themselves drained when constantly mediating or avoiding conflict, as harmony becomes their heavy responsibility. Another challenge lies in environments that demand quick, decisive action, which can leave them feeling overwhelmed. Finally, their quest for beauty and balance may sometimes distract them from deeper realities, making personal growth a longer, more demanding journey. Romantic relationships of Libra men. In their romantic relationships, this is one of the areas where they perform best. Let's remember that one of the most important things we work on in a relationship is that give and take, that action of giving and receiving. For Libra, this movement is more than natural, so they can feel very comfortable with a couple dynamic where perceiving and acting in relation to the other is essential. In love, they are affectionate, loving, and will always be very attentive to make sure you have everything you need. They will be thoughtful and willing. Bonus, spicy fact to know him fully. To finish, if you want an excellent tip to truly get to know a Libra man, it has nothing to do with asking him questions. If you do this, you will remain in the same place you started. Instead, let him ask you questions and open yourself up to sharing. Even if it sounds strange, that is the way Libra recognizes his inner world, by validating the outer one. Thank you for watching the video, and let us know your thoughts in comments box below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.